as a reputed school within the area that we are, we do get a lot of applications for parents, for children actually, and it becomes quite hectic for the staff to actually manage all the expectations that parents have with us in terms of communication, in terms of being able to answer their queries. So with the advent of UniApply, we can just manage our communication with our parents very efficiently in terms of dates that we would release the first list, second list if that's being released. So in all processes, UniApply has really assisted us to ensure that the communication to the parent is quick and efficient. There is no error, because we are ensuring that through a few clicks of the computer, a message goes to the parent or an email goes to the parent, and they are well aware from the point of time that they have applied for their child. So as soon as they click OK with us that we are applying to your school, from that moment till actually if the admission is done within our school in terms of how many seats we have, they have a very seamless process from admission and obviously thereafter as well. With DOE, it's not just they have certain guidelines. The guidelines keep, changing as per the demands of the time and what the directorate needs from any point of time. So a singular point of time, they would require how many boys and girls have, sought admission in your school. And then they would require another data, another time, which would talk about how many parents are in a particular field or, how many single parent households you have. So, the data, also the request for the data keeps changing at regular intervals from Directorate of Education. So, essentially they require the same set of data. So initially it was, combing through data again and again and trying to visualize, what can Directorate ask for us during the course of that 12-month period, and, making those little Excel sheets where we had all the data, and then we tried to, collate that information, again, open to a manual misrepresentation, miscalculations. So now, because the parent themselves is filling the data, the school's error has completely reduced. As long as, the data is filled in correctly, which is again a human issue there, the kind of information we can give to the directorate is very quick and very clean. So there is no faffing about, so to say, that unhone ye manga hai, so it'll take us 2 days to actually comb through all the applications, find out how many boys applied, how many girl children wanted the admission. So it's very clean. It's we can easily click the lines and say, okay, this is the female data we require, this is the male data we require. It's quick and efficient and cleanly given to directorate. They are also extremely happy with us in terms of provision of data in this regard. Actually, with UniApply, I would say the transition has been extremely smooth, extremely seamless. And because, whether you think it's a bad or a good cause, because of the situation of COVID, a lot of information, a lot of data has moved online. So it became easy for us with reduced workforce to, work with the data that UniApply made available to us of a certain parent, of a certain student, to actually work with it, to contact them, to ensure the admission process was seamless, because everything is happening online. We don't have, parent coming into the school. So especially during the pandemic, I cannot tell you how important, how crucial it was that UniApply came in and assisted us and assisted, a whole variety of schools around Delhi to be able to, I think it identified the need in the processing very quickly and, managed to fill that gap in very quickly. So I have nothing but good things to say about the application in its entirety, because we've really benefited from this, because parents couldn't have come in. We are working on skeleton staff, reduced staff. So and again, protocols for COVID, masking, hand washing, distance maintaining, that kind could not have been done because we couldn't have more than say 10, 15 people within the school premises, within the school reception, so to speak, to deal with it. So this is really, fill that gap in which was there for the last 2 years, especially just before COVID started in March. Most the fact that it's there is so much so much nicer to be in that position to have that application to use for a school. I don't think I can mention one feature, but it has really helped in terms of, it sounds very, very small thing. A lot of times parents give you wrong contact numbers wrong emails, and it's nothing to do with the fact that they don't know it. It's just human error. But with the system the way it is, and correlating it at least once or twice, that process, that singular correction that they have to do, otherwise they won't get an email notification of applying, that has really helped. So it's a very small thing, I know, but that phone numbers and emails is very important for school to communicate with them.